WKAR presents QuizBusters. Production of QuizBusters is made possible in part by Consumers Energy, building Michigan's future by supporting excellence in education. Consumers Energy counts on us. And by viewers like you. Today, the Indians of White Cloud take on the Vikings of Potterville in the first round of our tournament. Now, here's the host of QuizBusters, Matt Oninger.
Thank you. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to QuizBusters. In the white division, it's 16 down, 15 to go, of course. We're going to crown a white division champion, equal with the green division champion. More about that at halftime. Equal scholarships awarded this year in both divisions of play. You're seeing the first game of the first round of the white division championship. Two teams who won their first round games ready to do battle once again. Let's meet them right now. Beginning with the Indians from White Cloud High School. That team is Tiffany Tremlin, Valerie Kowalczyk, the captain John Gunnell, and Nick Coons on the end. Their alternates are Ashley Robinson and Denise Kokoski, and their advisors are Tony McCaddy and Penny Kokoski. They'll be playing the Vikings from Potterville High School, and that team is Kaylin Baruki, Sean Hammond, the captain Lauren Baruki, and Joseph Welbus. Their advisor is Debbie Green. Their alternate is Brianna Waltz. All the players were played in the first round, so we're getting right to it. Everybody knows what we're doing. Let's do it. Quick 10, we begin. 10 toss-up questions. You know the drill. Good luck to everybody. Glad to have you back here for the second go-round. The Quick 10 begins with question 1. The Siege of La Rochelle is one episode in what Alexandre Dumas' tale of Athos, Porthos, and Aramis, Tiffany Whitecloud?
The Three Musketeers.
That's them. Question 2. The names of North and South Carolina honor what English king who granted Robert Heath the territory in 1629 and was later executed? John Whitecloud.
Charles II.
No, I'm sorry, that's a wrong answer. Potterville, anybody? Not even going to try. It was just one backwards. It was the first one. The first one is the one that was beheaded. Charles won. Question 3. What river at the junction of the Maryland, West Virginia, and Virginia borders flows by Washington, D.C.? Sean Potterville.
Potomac.
The Potomac does. That's right. Question 4. Burnt Norton, East Coker, The Dry Salvages, and Little Gidding are the 4 parts of what masterpiece of T.S. Eliot? Tiffany Whitecloud.
The Wasteland.
No, I'm sorry, that's wrong. Potterville, anybody? It was called The Four Quartets. Question 5. Irises, peasants eating potatoes, cypresses, and the night sky. John Whitecloud.
Van Gogh.
Van Gogh paintings, that's right. Subjects of that Dutch painter. Question 6. I'll start over. Ethanoic acid. Ethanoic acid. E-T-H-A-N-O-I-C. Ethanoic acid is the official name for what organic molecule most commonly found in vinegar? John Whitecloud.
Acetic acid?
Acetic acid is what I wanted. That's right. Question 7. What 4-time Pulitzer-winning American playwright wrote Desire Under the Elms? Tiffany Whitecloud.
O'Neill.
O'Neill did. Eugene. Question 8. What name is given to the usually highly branched regions of a neuron whose synaptic... John Whitecloud.
Dendrite?
Dendrite is right. Synaptic receptors are stimulated by the axons of other cells. Question 9. What colonial propagandist wrote These Are the Times That Try Men's... Tiffany Whitecloud. In his pamphlet, The American Crisis. That's right. Question 10. What winner of the Apple of Discord was the mother of Harmonia? John Whitecloud.
Aphrodite?
That's the one. Aphrodite. Good job. That's 10. A slow start, missing 2 of our first 4 questions, but then Whitecloud on a roll there at the end with 7. Potterville on the board with 1 of the questions. We're playing for control of a toss-up category. Players, good luck to all of you for this. Paleontologist Jack Horner has argued this dinosaur was a scavenger, as its eyesight... John Whitecloud already.
Tyrannosaurus Rex?
That's the one, Tyrannosaurus Rex. Its eyesight was too poor, speed too slow, arms too weak for it to be an effective hunter. Who created these literary characters named John? John, you'll give me answers for your team on the bonus category. Who created the characters? First, Dr. John H. Watson.
Doyle.
Doyle, it's the Sherlock Holmes stories, of course. Long John Silver.
Stevenson.
That's right, for 20. John Proctor.
Oh, yes.
Miller.
Miller, that's right. 20 points on the category. You got them all. And it looks like a teammate or two got them before you did, but you figured it out, of course. And that's right, Arthur Miller, John Proctor. 20 points on that one, the sweep of the category. We're on with a new toss-up, everybody. In one shaft grave, this man found the remains of 3 princesses and 710 gold plates. In another, he found a mustachioed gold death mask that he claimed was the face of Agamemnon. Name this man who made those finds at Mycenae, but is better known for excavating Troy. Sean, Potterville.
Schliemann.
Schliemann is right. Heinrich Schliemann. Good job. Pollutants is your bonus category, Potterville. Name these pollutants. Lauren, you'll give me answers. While this gas in the stratosphere protects us from harmful UV radiation, its presence near the surface is a major component of smog.
Carbon monoxide?
Not carbon monoxide. This gas in the stratosphere is the ozone, and it's the ozone layer that protects us from the UV radiation. Tough break there, but we're going to go on to our first pop quiz. One-on-one action players, each of you answering 3 questions. Your 4-letter combination is going to be S-T-R-E. All of your answers begin with S-T-R-E, even with 4 letters, a fairly common setup, so be careful. Tiffany from White Cloud, Kaylin from Potterville, get things started for us. A long, narrow piece of fabric, ribbon, or paper used as a festive decoration. Tiffany.
Streamer?
A streamer, that's right. Next. Having awareness or education derived from real or tough experience rather than from formal learning. Tiffany.
Street smart?
Street smart or streetwise, that's right. Finally, the singer, actress, director, and political activist whose films, Kaylin.
Meryl Streep?
No, I'm sorry, that's a wrong answer. I'll clear that. Tiffany, whose films include Hello, Dolly and Funny Girl. No, Barbara Streisand is the famous actress. Meryl Streep fits the letter combination, but it wasn't who we were looking for. Valerie from White Cloud and Sean from Potterville. Someone who attracts attention by running nude in public. Valerie.
Streaker?
A streaker, that's right. Good job. Next. A type of bacteria which produces a variety of infections in the body, especially in the throat. Valerie.
Strep?
Strep is all. I can take strep. Streptococcus is the whole name. A strep throat, of course. Finally, a small body of fresh water flowing in a channel. Valerie.
Stream?
A stream. Nicely done, Valerie. Got all of those. Captains now. John from White Cloud. Lauren from Potterville. A mental state in which a strong demand is placed on the nervous system. John.
Stress.
Stress. That's the word. That's right. Next. The Tennessee Williams play about the decline and tragic end of Blanche Dubois. Streetcar named Desire. Streetcar named Desire. Final question. A length of canvas between 2 parallel poles used for carrying the sick or injured in a prone, John.
Stretcher.
A stretcher. That's right there. Captains are done. Nick now from White Cloud. Joseph from Potterville. To scatter small particles or drops separately across a surface in a disorderly way. Nick.
Strew?
Strew is the right word. Tricky there. Nicely done. Next. Shaped so as to move through the air or water with minimum... Joseph.
Streamlined.
Streamlined or streamlined. Yeah, that's right. Minimum resistance. Final question. A measure of power and the capacity to... Joseph.
Strength.
Strength is the word. Well done. Joseph got the last 2 there. You're playing for control of the audio bonus category, players. We're all back in for this toss-up question. Through the end of the 2004 season, he held the single-season record for on-base percentage, slugging percentage, walks, and intentional walks. Name this only baseball player with over 500 homers and 500 steals, a San Francisco Giant who hit 73 home runs in 2001. I am the last baseball fan on earth. A fairly familiar one, but if you're not into baseball, you're not going to know it. Barry Bonds is the answer, a name I'm sure you're familiar with. New toss-up players. Prophesied to be either a great king or a great holy man, he lived a life of luxury until the age of 29, when the 4 sights John Whitecloud.
Siddhartha Gautama.
The Buddha. I'll take either one of those. You want to give me the more complicated name? That's just fine. Whitecloud, bonus category for you is the audio category. You're going to listen to the clue first, and then we'll ask you some questions about it. Listen carefully. We're going to go back to one of our old-time radio dramas. You're going to have to listen to the clues here in the audio. Here we go.
I must say, Anne, you've selected a strange moment to press this matter.
But your mother has a message of the greatest importance. I think you should hear her.
Well, what is it now, Mother?
You have persistently refused to see me. While Richelieu is by your side, you will listen to no one, not even your mother.
You know you hate me, really.
I hate Richelieu, this impudent churchman who works daily to make a king's crown out of his cardinal's hat.
That's your clues. Let's see what you do with this. First question. That story was set in what country? I need your answer.
England.
No, not England. Cardinal Richelieu is associated with France. France is the right answer. Tricky going there. No points. New toss-up, everybody. The release of divorce papers led Jack Ryan to withdraw as a Senate candidate in this state, forcing the Republican Party to find a new candidate. Alan Keyes ran against Valerie Whitecloud. Illinois ran against Barack Obama and lost in what Midwestern state? Whitecloud, bonus category for you. Give me some last names here, last names of these famous folks. First, the first U.S. Supreme Court Chief Justice, John.
J.
J is right. Next, John Quincy Adams's Secretary of State, Henry. I'm sorry?
Clay.
Clay is the right answer. 10 points there for 20. House Majority Leader, Tom. I need your answer.
Ridge.
No, not Tom Ridge. We had J, Clay, and DeLay. Tom DeLay is his name. 20 points on that one. Takes you up to 240 points. We have a new toss-up. Players, here we go. The first story was The Secret of the Old Clock, which was followed by at least 170... Lauren Potterville.
Nancy Drew.
Nicely done. 172 other books. In most of them, George and Bess and all that pseudonym Carolyn Keene. Nicely done, Lauren. Bonus category, months, please. Potterville first. Which month was named for the first Roman emperor?
July.
Not July. No, August. It was Augustus that we wanted there. Tough break. Had a couple of things not go your way on those bonus questions. Tricky one there. And we have to stop. It is halftime in our game. Right now, Whitecloud putting up a pretty impressive score. Potterville, you can get back in this. There's a lot of stuff still to play here, and a lot of opportunities for some points. Right now, though, we take a break. And as I tell you, at this level of competition, our students are playing for fun, for pride, and ultimately for prizes. We have 2 grand prizes at the end of this season, and Dan Bayer will tell you all about those.
QuizBusters is pleased to announce exciting 16th season prizes for our championship teams. Students from 64 area high schools are competing for even higher stakes thanks to the MSU Office of Admissions and the Office of the Provost. Each division championship team will receive 4 $5,000 tuition scholarship offers to Michigan State University. Contingent on admission to MSU, each scholarship is awarded for the freshman year only and must be used immediately following high school graduation. Students must maintain at least 12 credits per semester. The 2 division champions will then compete in a season finale grand championship, with the winning team receiving 5 one-year textbook scholarships from the student bookstore. Students accepting these scholarships must enroll for classes at Michigan State University. Some other restrictions will apply. These terrific championship prizes are offered through the continued generosity and support of the Provost, the Student Bookstore, and the Office of Admissions.
Thank you, Dan. We're very excited to be offering these special additional prizes compared to past seasons. And 2 teams at the end of the season will win those. And, of course, we're a long way from that right now. Right now, the game at hand. Players, we got a second half to play, a pop quiz coming up, lightning round at the end. And, of course, you're playing right now for control of the video category. We're all back in for this toss-up. Created in 1947 by the National Security Act, it assumed many of the duties of the Office of Strategic Services. In 1961, it moved to its present home in Langley, Virginia. John Whitecloud.
CIA.
That's the one, the Central Intelligence Agency, the CIA. He pleaded guilty and told the media he had made a deal for a 2.5-year sentence, only to find out that his judge was not bound by that deal. Charges of tax evasion and prohibition violations led to 7 years in prison for what notorious Chicago gangster?
Al Capone.
That's right. Second question. Who was the best-known law enforcement agent from the Prohibition Bureau who pursued Al Capone? I need your answer.
No answer.
Older generation is going to remember The Untouchables, the television series, and Elliot Ness was the answer for that one. You got 10. Again, we apologize for the little technical snafu there. Apologize to our guest and everything. New toss-up, players. Let's get right back to it. Named after the noble title of Eileen Fitzherbert, it currently rises to 8,364 feet, about 1,300 feet less than it did before May 18, 1980. Name this volcano in what? Valerie Whitecloud.
Mount St. Helens.
That's the one, Mount St. Helens in Washington State, whose 1980 eruption was one of the most violent ever recorded in the U.S. Bonus time for Whitecloud. Here's the setup. The Chicxulub crater, Chixulub, off the coast of Mexico, is believed to be the impact crater for the asteroid that killed off the dinosaurs. Question 1. That impact marked the end of which third and last period of the Mesozoic era?
Cretaceous.
Cretaceous is right. Within 10 million, how many years ago did that impact take place? I need your answer.
70.
It was 66.4, so that's well within the 10 million range. Nicely done. Final question. What two-letter name is given to that boundary between the Mesozoic era and the first period of the Cenozoic era? I need your answer.
Dead time.
No, I'm sorry. The KT boundary. It's from the German for Cretaceous Tertiary. KT. New toss-up players, I'm asked everybody, please speak up good and loud for me. We're having a hard time hearing some of those answers. Here's a new toss-up. His belief that the percussion section, quote, acts as a central heating system, unquote, pervades his most famous ballet, based on ancient fertility myths, whose ever-changing rhythms contributed to a riot at its Paris premiere. John Whitecloud.
Stravinsky.
Stravinsky, the Russian composer of The Rite of Spring. Nicely done, to 300 already. Volcanoes is your bonus category. In what country would you find these active volcanoes? Valerie did okay with the Mount St. Helens one. That will not come up in this set. First, Vesuvius, the only active volcano in mainland Europe.
Italy.
Italy's right. Paracutine, P-A-R-I-C-U-T-I-N, Paracutine, which erupted in the middle of a flat cornfield in 1943.
Mexico.
Mexico is right. For 20. Cotopaxi, C-O-T-O-P-A-X-I, the world's highest active volcano. I need your answer.
Venezuela.
Not Venezuela. You're in the neighborhood. Ecuador. Ecuador. 20 points for your bonus category. That brings us to our second pop quiz. One-on-one action, players. 3 letters this time. C-A-T. All your answers are going to begin with C-A-T. Tiffany from White Cloud. Kaylin from Potterville. Start things off for us. Bovine animals collectively. Tiffany.
Cattle.
Cattle is the right answer. Next. Having a set of medical conditions which include muscular rigidity and mental stupor. If you're that way, you are catatonic, is the word I wanted. Catatonic. Final question. The position represented by the number 2 on a baseball scorecard. And again with the baseball. The catcher. The catcher is position number 2. Valerie from White Cloud, Sean from Potterville. The 2-word name for a medical image made through the process, Valerie?
CAT scan.
Of computerized axial tomography. That's right. Next. A range of mountains in New York State, Valerie?
Catskills.
Catskills, the Catskill Mountains. That's right. Final question. A substance that alters the rate of a chemical reaction, Valerie?
Catalyst.
Catalyst is right. Is itself unchanged by the process. Well done, Valerie. John from White Cloud, Lauren from Potterville. A thick tomato sauce used as a dressing, John.
Ketchup.
Ketchup is just fine. There's lots of ways to spell it and say it. Ketchup is just fine. used on French fries. Next. A purification or relief of emotions through art. John.
Catharsis.
Catharsis is right. The elimination of a psychological complex through recognition and expression. The rest of that. Finally. The musical, based on poetry by T.S. Eliot. John's first.
Cats.
Cats is the one. The longest running play on Broadway. Nick from White Cloud. Joseph from Potterville. The two-word name for a geometrical string pattern. Looped over the fingers and passed from person to person. Joseph.
Cat's Cradle.
Cat's Cradle is right. 10 points. Next. The 20th century American novelist, whose novels include My Antonia and A Lost Lady. We got you thinking cat. It's T.H. Willa Cather. Willa Cather that time. Final question. The negatively charged point of entry, Nick.
Cation.
No, I'm sorry, that's wrong. Joseph, the negatively charged point of entry of electrons into a device from the external circuit. TVs had cathode ray tubes. Cathode is what I needed for that last one. But that's our pop quiz. Give them a hand. They sort of slowed up at the end. Did very well with those. Heading toward the lightning round. Right now, a new toss-up for everybody. Here we go, players. It originally began on St. Martin's Day, November 11th. But it now begins on the Sunday closest to St. Andrew's Day, November 30th, and always contains 4 Sundays. Name this period during which Christians prepare. Sean, Potterville.
Advent.
Prepare for the Nativity. That is right. Potterville in control. Name these Chekhov plays. And now I'm going to have to pronounce some words here, so bear with me. Lopakhin, L-O-P-A-K-H-I-N. Lopakhin urges the Ranevsky family to cut down a fruit-bearing symbol of their aristocratic past. Aristocratic past. Name the novel. Name the play, excuse me. No, don't have it. The fruit-bearing symbol was the key there of the cherry orchard. If you knew Chekhov, you'd recognize on the fruit-bearing, but it's obviously difficult if you don't. New toss-up, players. Right back to it here. Its inhabitants feast on a boar that is magically made whole again each night and spend their days in drunken battle preparing for Ragnarok, when they will fight alongside Odin against the giants. Joseph Potterville.
The Vikings.
I'm sorry, that's a wrong answer. White Cloud, I'll finish it. The preparing for Ragnarok, when they will fight alongside Odin against the giants. Name this Norse hall of slain warriors. Tiffany.
Valhalla.
Valhalla is the right answer. 10 points there. Rivers of France, White Cloud. Rivers of France. Name them for me. First, it flows through Roanne and Paris.
Is it Po? Right.
I need
Seine.
your... I'm sorry?
Seine.
The Seine, sometimes it's said. Next, it passes through Geneva, Avignon, and Arles on its way to the Mediterranean.
Rhine.
Not the Rhine, the other Rhone. No, not Rhine, Rhone. Rhone is the answer there. 10 points on that bonus takes you up over 400. We're heading to the lightning round, the last 60 seconds of the game. Nothing but toss-up questions remain now, players. 10 points when the players are right, of course, and 10 points away when they're wrong. Potterville, I know it's been rough for you this half hour, but have some fun with us in this last 60. See how many of these you can get off. The 60-second timer is set. The lightning round begins now. Which sea in the Mediterranean separates Greece from Turkey? Valerie.
Aegean.
Right. Who wrote The World According to Garp and A Prayer for Owen Meany? Time. What nationalistic term describes a date between two people who each pay their own expenses? Sean.
Dutch.
Right. How many signs of the zodiac are there? Sean.
12.
Right. Whose name has been invoked as the last word on card games since the 18th century? Tiffany.
Hoyle.
Right. What is the first line of the patriotic song known simply as America? Sean.
For beautiful is for spacious skies.
Wrong. Who wrote Anna Karenina? Tiffany.
Tolstoy.
Right. What televangelist founded the Christian Broadcasting Network and hosts the 700 Club? Time. Laura Hillenbrand wrote a 2001 bestseller about what racehorse of the 1930s? Tiffany.
Seabiscuit.
Right. In home electronics, what does the acronym DAT stand for? DAT. Nobody knew that one, and that's our game. White Cloud, congratulations. John Irving wrote A Prayer for Owen Meany. It's required reading in some classes. Obviously, you guys hadn't had that one. America is the one that starts out My Country 'Tis of Thee. It's amazing how America the Beautiful is the one Sean was giving us there. Pat Robertson is the televangelist who hosts the 700 Club to this day. DAT, Home Electronics Digital Audio Tape. The answer there. Potterville, you probably knew going in this was going to be an uphill battle. They are very quick on that buzzer, but we congratulate you on your first win. Glad to have you here a second time. I know this one was rough for you, but thank you for playing with us. White Cloud, congratulations. That's almost as much as you scored in the first round, and against a tougher opponent this time around, too. So very well done. You'll move on in the tournament. We have for you next time the Hillsdale Hornets and the Red Wings of St. John's High School as we continue our first round of competition. Thank you for watching. For all of us, I'm Matt Ottinger. Enjoy.
Production of QuizBusters is made possible in part by Consumers Energy, building Michigan's future by supporting excellence in education. Consumers Energy, count on us. And by viewers like you. Book Scholarship Awards for QuizBusters are provided by SBS, the student bookstore, located at 421 East Grand River Avenue in East Lansing. For more information about QuizBusters or any of WKAR's locally produced series or specials, visit our website at WKAR.org.